So as I was reading Tenali Rama, so I will continue reading the Tenali Rama stories. So the first story for today is Handful Grain. There was once in a town called Shimlapuri in the kingdom of Vijayanagar a beautiful but proud woman called Vijayalata. She was an extremely educated and talented woman and would always boast her about her wisdom. One day she put a board outside her house which said 1,000 gold coins in reward to the person who can impress the lady of the house. Competitors will be judged on their wit, humor and wisdom. On seeing this offer, many scholars decided to try their luck in dazzling Vidyulata and winning the reward. However, they all came out of her house hanging their heads in shame. One morning, as the competitors began queuing up outside the lady's house, a man seeing firewood kept screaming outside. A man selling firewood kept screaming outside. Premium firewood, burns better, burns longer. Unable to concentrate on her contest, Vidyulata decided to go and buy all the firewood this man was selling so that he would leave. But as she made the man her offer of purchase, he turned around and said, "I am sorry, lady, but all the firewood will cost you a handful grain. Can you give me that?" Vidyulata was amazed at the price this man was asking. She impatiently said, "Come along, drop all that here and come with me. I shall give you much more grain." The vendor was also adamant. He unloaded all the legs he was carrying on his head and yelled, "Please be clear, lady. I will not bargain with you. A handful grain is all that I want. Please make the payment. I will not accept anything else." His curt replies infuriated Vidyulata. She snapped back, "Just do as you are told. I said I will give you your grain, so just come with me. If you cannot pay me the handful grain, then you will have to pay me 1,000 gold coins and also remove this board from here," the vendor chirped. The argument went on with both parties screaming at each other. Vidyulata could not understand what the vendor's problem was. Finally, it was decided that this matter would be taken to the court of justice. Vidyulata told the judge, "Your Honor, I do not know what is wrong with this man. He said that he wanted a handful of grain for his logs, and I said that I shall give him more. But then he said that if I do not give him his handful grain, then he would charge me 1,000 gold coins for them. I think he is crazy." As the judge turned to the vendor, he replied in his defense, "My lord, this woman is telling the truth. I asked her to pay me a handful grain for my logs. I think the point where she got confused was that she felt that I was asking for a handful of grain. But no, I was asking for a handful grain. If she cannot pay the price that was settled at the beginning, she should pay me the 1,000 gold coins as a fine. Shouldn't she?" The judge admitted that vendor was indeed right and awarded the case in his favor. However, he did not admit that the vendor was actually Tenali Rama, who was hearing about the woman's arrogance, had decided to teach her a lesson. So, did you like the first story? I liked it very much. The second story for the day is The Divine Clothes. One day, an extremely beautiful woman entered the court at Vijayanagar, where the king Sri Krishnadeva Rayalu was busy in dealing with the matters of the state. With her pleasing voice and gestures, the woman was also able to grab the attention of the king in no time. She then placed before him a small box, perhaps meant to hold her earring, and took out a sari from it. She placed the sari before King Ralu and declared, "O great King of Vijayanagar, behold the work of some divine weavers. They are so gifted that they are the only ones who can weave a celestial fabric that is unseen to the human eye. With your support and patronage, we shall work towards producing such clothes for you." Raelu was extremely impressed with what he saw. He immediately asked the lady to come and live in a palace with her divine weavers. He even arranged for her to get a sum of money wherein she would present before the king a sari made out of this celestial fabric in a year. Very soon the year ended, and though the lady had been living in the palace and utilizing the funds sanctioned by the king, her sari was not yet ready. Curious, the king asked his guard to pay her a visit in her chamber and find out what the problem was. The guard, on arriving at the place where the weavers were working, saw them drag their fingers over ear. They all appeared to be sewing, but they did not have any fabric to work on. On asking the beautiful lady this question, she replied, "Oh, but they are working on the divine fabric. If you and your parents have ever sinned, you will not be able to see the sari they have made. However, I am sure you can clearly see what is in front of you, oh God." Unable to say what he saw nothing, the guard lied. Soon it was time for the woman to present her creation before the king. Needless to say, she pointed to the ear and asked the king to see the sari. Turning to Tenali Rama, the king whispered, "I cannot see anything, Rama. Am I the sinner, or do I bear the curse of my parents' sins?" Tenali Rama had of course understood the woman's game by then. He thought about it for a moment and then turned to the woman and said, "Oh lady, the king is indeed so enamored by what you have presented before him. But he wishes you to wear it yourself and display its real beauty." The lady realized Tenali Rama had caught her. Without trying to find her way out of the mess, she jumped at the king's feet and begged for mercy. King Ralu smiled at Tenali. So I think almost 10 minutes is done. So I'll end this. You can listen these two stories anytime whenever you are free. And please comment below if you like it and if you want more live like this. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.